Hey everybody, it's Steve here, and oh yeah, spring is here. We're at the park. First park video of the year, I think. I don't think I've been here recently. We had such a mild winter. I mean, I don't know, I might have been. I'd have to look back at my other videos, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're at the park, and let's get on out here. And I know that the first day of spring isn't for a little while yet. What's today, like the 11th? We got like 10 more days or something before it's officially spring. But as far as I'm concerned, when the weather hits the 50s, and this week's supposed to be like in the 60s, to me that means spring. Hold on a sec. Gotta get on my shit here. Take my coat off because it's so nice out. So anyway, there was totally like some dude back there. I didn't even realize he was like behind me. Like, was totally like staring at me because I'm talking to myself. But whatever. Anyway, the ground is kind of mushy here, you know. We get a little taste of some good weather, and I immediately, I don't know, you know, your mind just jumps to spring and summer, you know. There's somebody up on the hill there too. I know that I said I was going to wait till spring to see if my little plastic ghost was still here, but we're here now. If it's not too soggy over here, we're going to go over and check it out, okay? Oh, this is totally soaked over here. I'm going to try and walk across this. Let's see, you know, how agile I am. You might actually get me like falling into the water on video. That'd be classic, right? Because I'm trying to hold a camera and my Gatorade. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I can already see him from here. Look. Still there. He's uncovered, but still there, so go figure. I never really decided if I was going to take him back or not. I don't know. I'm going to probably just cover him up again, and I don't know. I'm probably going to leave you there. So, he survived the winter. Go figure. Alright, let me get back across this thing. Oh, this is a horrible video. Who wants to see this, right? Me crossing logs. Oh, jeez. Okay. Alright, there we go. Got it. Hold on a second. So, I did my laundry today. Played some Donkey Kong while I was there. I know I've talked about that arcade machine, well, the 2 arcade machines that they got at the laundromat. I talked about those a lot, and it's just because there's just that nostalgia attached to seeing one of those. You know, it's just something you don't see every day anymore like you used to back in, you know, my childhood and whatnot. I was also watching the King of Kong, the Fistful of Quarters, again the other night, and even though there are people that take, well, anything really to the extreme, it's just nice to see other people that are as equally passionate, you know, about video games as I am, and especially of all the games, you know, to have Donkey Kong be the center of that movie, you know, just makes it all the more important to me, because, you know, we all have, you know, those memories, and we all have, look how dead everything looks. I mean, compare this to some of the other videos where it's all like grown and green. I don't know. You know, Donkey Kong, for me, I've probably talked about this before, but whatever, I'll talk about it again. It was the first video game I ever played. Came out in '81, which would have put me at 7? I might have played Pac-Man before, but I was just never into Pac-Man. I've mentioned this before, in that even as a child I knew when if you had like a group of things and one was different, and therefore, in my opinion, a little bit better. Whether it be movies or definitely animation, but also with video games too. There's something about Donkey Kong that I knew was different. It wasn't just the same screen over and over and over again like Pac-Man. It wasn't, the same screen over and over like, Space Invaders or Centipede. It was, you play through that first screen on Donkey Kong, and then you get to the top and you're almost expecting that same screen to repeat, but it doesn't. This whole new screen, pops up in front of you, and then it does it again and again, and there's 4 different screens that get shuffled around as you play, but there was just something about that that made it obviously different from the rest. No other game that I'm aware of even did that at the time, and it's the one that I was drawn to. Even as a kid, it's if I went to the arcade, that was the game I wanted to play. I wanted to play Donkey Kong, and I know that Pac-Man was the big thing back at that time, but to me it was Donkey Kong, and it's a game that just holds that special place with me. It's also one that had a bit of a plot. I mean, a very very loose one, a very but say Pac-Man was just this yellow ball going around eating dots. That's not really a plot. Donkey Kong, Pauline is kidnapped by the giant gorilla, and Mario, or Jumpman as he was called back then, has to save her. And so there was a bit of a plot to it as well. And I think that that game obviously hadn't been successful as it was. We probably won't even know who Mario is these days. Again, it's just one of those incidences where nobody set out to create this character. It just kind of happened, and his design is not specifically crafted. It was just all what had to be done in order to make him look acceptable on the screen, given the limitations at the time. And so it's also got that going for it too, being the first Mario game, unofficially, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel kind of, I always like to go to that laundromat at a time when I think no one else is going to be there, much like I do in life in general. I always want to go someplace if I think that at least very few, or at least no one, is going to be there. But there it's because, I don't know what people would, think of a grown man. I'm going to be 38 this month, on the 28th, and what would people think of a grown man playing video games, playing Donkey Kong? I'm actually wearing my Donkey Kong shirt right now. Hold on. I don't know how well that's coming up, but go figure. I guess ultimately the whole notion that video games are for kids never set too well with me, because to me it's no more different than a movie or a book. When you watch a movie, what happens? You are taken out of your own life for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, and you are invested in other characters and other places. And the same thing when you read a book. You're mentally transported to the time, place, people that you're reading about. To me, a video game it falls into the same category. The difference is that with a video game, you actually control what happens. You can't control what happens in a movie or in a book. But when you've got that controller in your hand and your fingers are on those buttons, you are controlling the outcome of what happens up on that screen. And let's face it, there's a lot of things in our lives that we don't have any control over. And there's something to be said for, sitting down with that control in your hands, and for that one moment you're actually in control of something. And your decisions and your reflexes are affecting the outcome of these characters' fates. Basically, their success depends on you. You know, I mean, I'm not really trying to get too philosophical about it, but you know, it's truly how I feel. I mean, I know that I made a previous video where I talked about some pretty personal stuff as to regarding what video games really mean to me and about my childhood and things like that. So I'm not going to repeat myself about all that. But there's just so many factors that go into why I feel the way I do about them. And, you know, there's nostalgia, of course. There's that yearning for a simpler time. There's the being in control aspect that I just talked about. There's the concept of being the hero. You know, obviously in real life we don't all get to save the world or save the princess, you know, or travel to, you know, different outer space and whatnot. We don't get to do these things, obviously, in our real lives. So here's the infamous rickety bridge, the slanted bridge. Oh man, I got like a mud bath coming up here. Check this out. I want to walk all the way around, but I'm not going through that. Ugh. All right, back we go. So anyway, it's a little overcast today. It's supposed to rain, I guess, but I don't know. From what I understand, the rest of the week is supposed to be like, you know, 60-ish. So as far as I'm concerned, spring is here. That's what I was trying to say back at the car. I don't know if it... I'm probably going to edit out the first part of this because I basically set the camera down for a while with it still running. Drinking my Gatorade. Hold on. Trying to do this one-handed. So I don't know. Again, here's a video where I really don't know what the point is of it. Other than... Well, I guess I was originally thinking it was about the movie, Fistful of Quarters, and yeah, there's some people, you know, contained in that movie that aren't the most respectable, that's for sure. You know, but there's others that are, and you know, you want them to succeed because it's also a place where people who, oh, there's some wind for you. I always hate when it does that because I'm going to drown them. It makes the audio on this sound terrible. You know, playing a game is also a place where someone who ordinarily doesn't succeed can succeed. You know, for anyone like me who's pretty much felt like a failure their whole life, you know, it's that one place where you're not. You know, it's that one place where you can be successful, you can be the hero, and I don't know, there's just something appealing about that. You know, some might look and say, you know, okay, so you've got the world record on the virtual console version of Wrecking Crew. Okay, who cares, right? Well, I care. And it's not because you're looking for any kind of recognition or fame or whatever. It's more personal than that. It's just something that it's something you can look at and say, for that one moment, that one time, I was successful. You know, I actually accomplished something. You know, I accomplished something that nobody else has done up till now. You know, somebody may come along and beat that score, and then I'll just try again harder the next time. But you know, for now, I've actually had that record for over a year now, like a year and a month, and I know that it might not last forever, and that's okay. I can even if somebody does beat it, I can still at least say to myself, hey, for a moment, for a while, I was successful at something. I did something that nobody else had done before me. So I don't know. There's just a lot in life that knocks you down and makes you feel unsuccessful and makes you feel like you have no control. And everyone's got their hobby, their escape, their whatever, and for me it's video games. For me it's whether I'm, you know, controlling Mario as he trudges through the hazards of the Mushroom Kingdom, or whether I'm Link saving the world from the evil Ganon, or whether I'm Simon Belmont, you know, hunting down Dracula. I mean, it's, you know, or how could I forget Mega Man? How could I forget that? Or Mega Man, you know, thwarting the never-ending attempts of Dr. Wily to take over the world. I mean, if on my own time and my own whatever, I can go to that place and I can, you know, enter that world and take something out of it when I leave, then I guess that's all that matters. And I've said this a million times, as long as your hobby, whatever, you know, isn't hurting anyone, isn't infringing on anybody, then it's all good. Here's some geese. We all know about my history with those things, I think. I don't know if I ever told that story. I had a bad incident with a geese. With a geese? No, with a goose. God, this was years ago. We're talking at least, God, I don't know, at least 12. It's probably more than that, but at least. Where I worked at the time, oh, it's kind of muddy here. Well, that's because I cut through that. I don't know where I went. Anyway, there was kind of like almost like an area like this, really, like in behind the building where I worked. And so during lunch, I would go out there and whatnot, and there was some geese, or just, you know, one or two at this particular occasion. And I guess I got too close, and I didn't think that, I guess any creature can be aggressive when it feels threatened, I guess. But anyway, this goose, like quickly started like running towards me, like with its wings up, and it was like hissing and spitting. It was making these horrible noises, and it freaked me out. I mean, the thing was like charging at me, you know. And I've always been like leery of geese ever since then. You know, you see them on the water back there, they look all tranquil and shit, but I guess just like any other creature, if they feel threatened, look out. I was watching Jeopardy recently, and I forget what the category was, but one of the clues was, it was basically saying, you know, this is the sound that a goose makes, you know, when it's protecting itself or whatever. And the answer was hiss, or was it hiss or spit? It was one of those two. And I just couldn't help but laugh, because I'm like, yeah, I know all about that all too well. You know, that goose was pissed at me. Anyway, I can't believe I've actually kept the camera going this whole time. I haven't even taken any breaks. I probably sound all out of breath and shit. I'm gonna give some more Gatorade. Actually, it's Powerade. Let's get it right. Not Gatorade. Yeah, the gas station I was just at, the Powerades were 3 for $3, and the Gatorades were 2 for $3. So it's like, I don't know what's the difference. I don't know what the difference is between the two. Or, you know, you'll have two name brands of the same product, and one is more expensive than the other. And you can like look at the ingredients. It was the Dayquil, the cold medicine. The price range between Dayquil and the generic brand was very different. So I actually looked at the labels, and it was the exact same. There was no difference. So why is this one more than the other? You know? I don't get it. Anyway, now I'm just babbling. So, what have we learned from our little walk in the park today? Well, we learned that my plastic ghost is still doing well over there. you know, mud pits and everything. He's still hanging in there. We've learned that video games rule, and to me at least they're far more important than others may make it out to be. But I guess that goes for anything. If there's anything that anyone feels very strongly or passionate about, and somebody else doesn't have that same passion, then they could kind of look at the person as if, you know, why are you so passionate about this? Because it seems trivial to them, but you know, to that person it means so much more. I don't know. Well, I guess you could say that about anything, really. See, somebody left a glove over here too. So I'm not the only one like leaving things behind. Yeah, designated sledding area. Sled at your own risk. Yeah, especially on that one part of the hill that really slopes more steeper, is that the word? Than the other side. Steeply, I don't know. One's an adjective, one's an adverb. I don't know. I'm trying to be linguistically correct and I can't. Anyway, I'm going to get back over to my car here. I'm probably going to get going. I just wanted to say that I got outside for a little bit and enjoyed the nice weather, because it's one thing to be a hermit in the middle of winter. You don't feel so bad about it then. But when the sun's out and it's 50 degrees out, it's almost 60, and you're still being a hermit, and then that's when it's not cool anymore. Anyway, I'll probably wrap this up in the car. Hold on. Alrighty. I never know where I put this thing. Probably like right there, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, ooh, especially in the car, man. It's hot. It's good. It's good. So, that's pretty much all I got. So everyone, take it easy. Have a good day. If it's nice where you are, enjoy the day. And enjoy your hobbies, whatever they may be. Whether you collect coins or stamps or build things or play video games, you know. Do it and enjoy it. Even if nobody else, you know, shares the same passion, that's okay. That's okay, because it's almost better that way sometimes, you know, because then it just becomes yours. It's something that's like just yours. And it makes it more personal anyway, you know. But also realize that there are other people out in the world that do share that same hobby, or that same I keep using the word passion, but the same passion for the same thing you do. They may not live in the same area as you, you may not know them, but they are out there, definitely. And you're not alone. I guess that's the theme of this video, is that it's very easy to feel alone in life, but you're not. I'm going to say, you may not know people directly near you that have been through the same things, or you may not just think that nobody else understands, but there are out there. There are people out there that have been through the same things that you have, and they do understand. Sometimes that has to be enough, you know. Alright, this video is going to be way too long, but I think that's a good positive note to leave this on. Is keep doing everyone just keep doing what you're doing. If you're not hurting anybody, then do what you want, and know that there are others out there that are with you, you know, in some way, shape, or form. So that's a good enough ending as far as I'm concerned. What do you think, right? Alright, everyone, take it easy. Have a good day. Peace. And I will see you around. Oh, I'm sorry about I know I said I was going to upload a video every day, and I haven't been doing it. I kind of got like a little bit of depression last week. I just wasn't feeling it, and it's no excuse. It's laziness. It's depression, whatever you want to call it. But I guess I won't make that claim anymore that I'm going to put one up every day. you know, things just get in the way. And when I say things, I mean this, you know, the mind gets in the way and life gets in the way, but not, I can't say life really gets in the way. I've got the time to do it, I'm just not doing it, and you know, it is what it is. Well, I see now I went from a positive, you know, ending to this video to a one. Anyway, everyone take it easy, have a good day, peace, and I'll see you around for, you know, whatever, alright? Bye.